Napoleon Bonaparte, the once mighty Emperor of France, reduced to a prisoner on the remote island of Saint Helena. His defeat was certain, but was his death? Today, we explore the mysterious circumstances surrounding Napoleon's last meal and the lingering suspicion of poison. Let us journey back to the tumultuous year of 1821, a remote island in the vast South Atlantic. Our protagonist, none other than Napoleon Bonaparte, once master of Europe, now a prisoner of fate. History tells us he died here on this windswept rock. But did he die from natural causes, or was a more sinister hand at play? His final meal, you see, has become a point of endless fascination. Was it simply a last supper, a fleeting moment of comfort before the curtain fell? Or was it a poisoned chalice, a final act of betrayal for the fallen emperor? After his defeat at Waterloo in 1815, Napoleon was exiled to the island of Saint Helena, a small, windswept island in the South Atlantic Ocean. Far from the grandeur of Europe, Napoleon lived out his final years in a much more modest fashion, though he was still served with the finest cuisine. Picture this: the island of Saint Helena, a volcanic speck lost in the vastness of the South Atlantic. Once a vital port of call for ships rounding the Cape, it became Napoleon's island prison. 6 years he spent there, his days a world away from the battlefields of Europe. The clamour of war replaced by the endless crashing of waves. Confined to Longwood House, a damp and dreary residence, Napoleon found himself surrounded by British soldiers, his every move watched, his every word scrutinised. It was here, in this desolate outpost, that the once mighty emperor faced his own mortality. Though confined, Napoleon's daily life retained some luxuries. He dined on French-style meals prepared by a personal chef, enjoying everything from roasted meats to fine wines. But all of this was under the watchful eye of his captors. The date, May 5th, 1821. In the last months of his life, Napoleon began experiencing mysterious symptoms: stomach pain, nausea and weakness. Was it illness, or was there something more sinister at play? Many suspected poisoning. Napoleon, his health already failing, partook in his final meal. A simple affair, by all accounts. Roast chicken, it is said, and a chilled bottle of wine. Attending him were a handful of loyal companions, their faces etched with worry. The scene is almost mundane, yet beneath the surface tension hangs heavy in the air. Napoleon, ever the strategist, even in his weakened state, must have known the end was near. But did he suspect foul play? Did he taste the bitterness of betrayal along with his wine? Well, let's see. Years later, hair samples taken from Napoleon's body revealed traces of arsenic. Was it accidental poisoning from the environment or deliberate foul play? Arsenic was often used as a slow-acting poison, causing symptoms that could be mistaken for illness. But here's where the plot thickens. Years after Napoleon's death, whispers began to circulate, whispers of poison, of a plot to silence the exiled emperor once and for all. The finger of suspicion pointed in several directions. Some blamed the British, eager to be rid of their troublesome captive. Others pointed to French loyalists, seeking to avenge their fallen leader. And then there were the whispers about arsenic. Traces of this deadly substance, it seemed, were found in Napoleon's hair. Had someone slowly been poisoning him, adding a pinch of death to his meals day after day? Suspicion falls on several suspects. Some believe the British, who feared Napoleon's return to power, had him poisoned. Others point fingers at his former allies, eager to remove him from the world stage forever. But the truth remains elusive. Now, I know what you're thinking. Arsenic in his hair? Sounds like an open and shut case, right? Well, not so fast. You see, arsenic was a rather ubiquitous substance back then, used in everything from wallpaper to medicine. It was as common as pigeons in Trafalgar Square. So was the arsenic in Napoleon's hair evidence of a sinister plot, or simply a sign of the times? The debate rages on, my friends. Scientific analysis has yielded conflicting results. Some experts stand by the poisoning theory, while others maintain that natural causes, perhaps even stomach cancer, were to blame. In the end, whether it was poison or natural causes, Napoleon's death marked the end of an era. His final days on Saint Helena were a far cry from the splendour of his reign, but his story remains one of the most dramatic in history. So there you have it. The mystery of Napoleon's last meal remains unsolved. Was it a simple meal consumed in the shadow of death, or was it a poisoned feast, the final act of a Shakespearean tragedy? We may never know for sure. But one thing is certain, the legend of Napoleon, like a fine brandy, only seems to improve with age. And as we leave the windswept shores of Saint Helena behind, we are left to ponder the enduring power of history's mysteries. They remind us that some stories, much like life itself, don't always have neat and tidy endings. Napoleon's last meal was more than just food. It was the final act in a life filled with triumph, betrayal, and mystery. Did poison take down the mighty emperor, or was it just the inevitable course of time? The answer may never be fully known, but one thing is certain: Napoleon's story continues to captivate the world.